Today I want you to take a deep breath with me before we begin, because maybe this morning didn't start the way you hoped. Maybe you woke up with that heaviness in your chest, your mind racing with questions, and your heart feeling kind of numb. And let's be real. Sometimes we wake up like that, right? With no energy, no motivation to pray, not even knowing where to start the day. And that's okay. Don't beat yourself up about it. Maybe you didn't even feel like opening this prayer, but something, or better yet, someone brought you here. And it wasn't by chance. Sometimes we don't even have the words, but God still knows exactly where it hurts. He understands your silence. He knows that feeling of being disconnected far away, like He's not paying attention, or maybe not even there at all. But I want to tell you something straight from the heart. God is here. And more than that, God is still good. Even when we don't feel Him, even when we ignore Him, even when we can't understand why He allows certain things. Does it seem unfair that God keeps blessing people who don't even acknowledge Him? Does it bother you to see people living like He doesn't exist, and yet somehow everything seems to go right for them? Hey, you're not alone in that feeling. We've all had thoughts like that at some point, but today I want us to look at it from a different angle. Let's just sit for a few minutes and let God speak to our hearts, because this isn't just another prayer. It's a quiet moment between you and the one who loves you, even when you don't always look His way. It's a whisper in the middle of all the noise inside you. And even if you don't fully understand everything right now, what you're about to hear and pray could shift your whole day, or maybe even your life. So if you're here, even with a soul that feels half broken, stay. You don't have to be strong, you just need to be open. God will take care of the rest. We'll walk this together, step by step. He wants to talk to you. Now I want you to really take in these words that come straight from God's heart, written by someone who also knew what it was like to feel overwhelmed with doubt and confusion. It goes like this: The Lord is good to everyone. He showers compassion on all His creation. Psalm 145:9. Read that again quietly. To everyone. Not just to a few. Not just the ones who always get it right. Not just the ones who pray every day or never mess up. Everyone. That includes you. And yeah, it even includes those people who seem to live like God doesn't exist, yet they keep breathing, eating, working, and somehow even thriving. And this is where that inner struggle begins. Because deep down, a lot of us think God's goodness should be something you earn, a reward for being good. But God's love doesn't work like our human systems of give and take. He doesn't love the way we do. He doesn't use our standards. God is good because that's who He is, not because we deserve it. He doesn't need our attention to bless us. He does it because loving is His nature, mercy is His essence, and instead of that frustrating us, it should bring us peace. Because if His goodness depended on our faithfulness, we'd be in big trouble. But that's not how He works. He keeps holding your life together, even when your soul feels numb. He keeps watching over you, even when you've drifted away without realizing it. He keeps whispering your name through all the noise. You know why? Because God hasn't given up on you. And if you're here today, reading this, listening to this, it means His goodness already found you in one way or another. Maybe not in the way you wanted, but definitely in the way you needed. There are days when we don't see God at all, but He still sees us. There are mornings when we forget to pray, but He still fills our lungs with air. That's the kind of God we have. Not one who only loves us when we do everything right, but one who keeps loving us while He's putting the broken pieces back together. So if you've been wondering why God is still good, even to the ones who ignore Him, the answer is in that verse. Because He doesn't stop being God when we walk away. And His love doesn't take breaks. It has no conditions, no expiration date. That's the God who wants to speak to you today. And believe me, He hasn't forgotten about you. There's something in our hearts we don't always fully understand. That feeling of unfairness when we see God's goodness reaching even those who live with their backs turned to Him. Meanwhile, you, who pray, who believe, who hope, are still going through struggles, sickness, silence, and loss. That hurts. And you wonder, is it even worth keeping the faith? But God doesn't see things the way we do. He's not keeping score or making lists. His love isn't handed out based on merit. He's a father who never forgets any of His kids, even if some walk away, even if many live like they don't need Him. Sometimes our faith gets tired, not because we stop believing, but because the soul wears down from waiting. And in that weariness, we start thinking maybe God doesn't hear us like he used to. Maybe his love has faded. But no, it's just that the noise of the struggle can make his voice feel far away. The beautiful thing is, even in that distance we feel, he keeps drawing near. Because his goodness isn't fragile. It doesn't depend on our ups and downs. It doesn't disappear when our faith wavers. In fact, those are the moments when it shows up strongest, even if we don't notice right away. There are silences that are actually care in disguise. There are delays that are acts of mercy. And there are answers we don't get yet, but later we'll be grateful for them. God never makes mistakes when he chooses to bless, nor when he chooses to wait. And if he keeps being good to those who don't seek him, how much more to those who, even tired, still lift their faces toward him. Lord, where are you when I don't feel you? Where are you when everything seems the same, even though I pray, even though I believe, even though I wait? Sometimes I don't want to get up, not because I don't believe in you, but because it's hard to keep believing something will change. I feel like I'm walking in circles, talking to the sky while the sky stays silent. But still, here I am, because even tired, something inside me, deep down, still believes your love doesn't give up. Guide me today, Lord, not with big signs or spectacular miracles, but with that peace only you can give, that peace that doesn't depend on how I feel or what's happening around me. Speak to me in the simple things, in whispers, in everyday life. Show me your way even when I don't understand the path. Sometimes I walk as if I'm in the dark, stumbling, trying to do right but doubting every step. There are days my faith isn't strong enough to raise my voice, and I barely whisper, "Help me." Let that whisper reach you, God. Don't pass me by. Even if my prayer is weak, hear it like I'm shouting. Touch my mind today. Take away the mental exhaustion that overwhelms me from the moment I open my eyes. The thoughts spinning non-stop, worries repeating over and over. Give me clarity, not just to know what to do, but to know who you are in the middle of what I'm living. Let your truth place me again. Remind me I'm not alone. Give me direction, but also patience, not to rush your timing. Because so often, I want quick answers, instant solutions, immediate ways out. And you, Lord, tend to work slow but deep. I don't want to run ahead of you. I want to walk with you. Even if I don't see everything clearly, even if I don't understand your silences, I trust that you see beyond. Take away the fear that makes me believe nothing will get better. And if things don't change today, at least let my heart change in the face of them. Teach me to see with your eyes, to wait with your calm, to trust with that kind of faith that doesn't depend on results, but on who you are. I'm not asking you to take away all the hard stuff. I'm asking you to be with me through it. That your presence is enough, that your hand holds me, that your spirit reminds me again and again that even though I don't have control, you never lost it. Give me direction in the practical and in the deep, in what I do, what I think, what I keep silent. Today I don't need everything fixed, I just need to be sure you're here, walking with me step by step, even if I sometimes stop. And if my heart has hardened from so much pain, soften it again. Don't let me get used to living without feeling you. Don't let me settle for a faith that's lost its fire or an empty routine. Let your love wake me up inside, move in me, light something I thought was gone. This is my cry, Lord. From the deepest part of my soul, speak to me, guide me, and if I don't understand, stay with me on the way. That's enough for me. Today, Lord, I want to give you everything I carry inside. Not just my words, but my emptiness. Not just my prayers, but my silences too. Because there are things I don't even know how to say, wounds without shape, thoughts that tangle me without me knowing why. And you, who see beyond, know what's unnamed. I give you my day, my changing emotions, my doubts that come without warning. I give you my urges to give up, the ones that show up when no one's watching. Because so many times I seem fine on the outside, but inside, I'm falling apart. I don't want to fake it with you. I don't have to. You already know me like no one else. I don't want to control, just to trust, even though it's hard, because there's always a part of me that wants to have everything under control, to understand everything that's going on, to plan every step ahead. But you don't work like that. You teach me to depend, to let go, to rest even when there's no rest around. Take my broken heart. I don't even know when it got so heavy, but you know how to heal it. Teach me to breathe again from your peace, not from my fears. To see life not as a constant threat, but as a place where you keep moving, even in the hidden things. I also give you my relationships, the healthy ones and the broken ones, because often the pain comes from the ones we love most. And you know what it means to be rejected, misunderstood, hurt. There's no human suffering you haven't felt. That's why I come to you without filters, trusting that I'm understood. My decisions, my plans, my desires, I give them all to you. If there's something not in your will, take it away. And if there's something I'm holding on to out of fear of losing it, show me. I don't want to build my life on anything fragile. I want you to be my foundation. I want every part of me surrendered to you, even the parts I struggle to let go. I don't want to live halfway with you, Lord. I don't want to give you only the good parts. I want to give you my chaos, my anger, my doubts, my fragile faith. All of me, without dressing it up. Because I know you don't expect perfection, but surrender. And right now, even if I don't have much to offer, I have something real, a heart that still beats for you, even when it gets lost in the noise. I give myself fully, with all that I am and all I still don't understand about me. Take my weakness and make room for your strength. Take my emptiness and fill it with your truth. Today I'm not coming for answers. I'm coming to surrender to your presence. And if that's all I have today, let it be enough. Because with you, even little becomes much. There are stories in the Bible that aren't just meant to be read, but to be lived with our hearts. Because it's not just about ancient characters, but about real people. People like you and me who doubted, ran away, and felt ignored too. And yet, they were reached by God's goodness, right when they least deserved it. Let's think about the prophet Jonah. He got a clear message from God, and without much thought decided to do the exact opposite. He boarded a ship going the wrong way, running away from the mission he was given. It wasn't a mistake or confusion. It was a conscious choice to ignore God. And even so, what did the Lord do? He chased after him with love. He sent a storm, caught him deep in the sea, and held him even inside the belly of a giant fish. Jonah ran away, but God never gave up. He gave him another chance. He restored him. He spoke to him again. That's the God we follow, one who never tires of searching for us even when we're tired of him, one who's willing to go into the darkest places to rescue us, not with judgment, but with compassion. Or remember the prodigal son, a young man who took everything his father gave him and left, determined to live without limits, without rules, without God. He wasted it all, lost everything, ended up eating with pigs. And when he decided to come back, it wasn't even out of love, but out of need. He didn't return thinking about the relationship, but about food. But still, the father saw him from far away, ran to him, and hugged him before he could say a single word. That shows us something very deep. God's love doesn't respond to our perfect intentions. It responds to our simple decision to come back, even if we come back empty-handed, not knowing how to pray, or just out of exhaustion. He's always watching, always ready, always with open arms. And then there's Peter, that disciple who walked with Jesus, promised he wouldn't fail him, and ended up denying him 3 times on the worst night. And what did Jesus do after he rose? He looked for him, called him by name, restored him, entrusted him with a mission again. In every one of these stories, there's a constant. God never tires of loving. He doesn't give up on those who mess up. He doesn't ignore those who ignore him. His grace isn't logical, it's divine. It doesn't work based on our merits, but on his mercy. And if he did that for Jonah, the prodigal son, and Peter, how could he not do it for you? Even if you feel far away, even if you think you don't have the strength, even if you think you don't deserve anything, God is still the same, and his goodness still reaches hearts that didn't even know they were being sought. Lord, I don't want to stay the same. I don't want to live every day with the same fear, the same burden, the same doubts I've carried for so long. Today, I'm not just asking you to change the things around me, I'm asking you to change me, because I've realized that many times the real battle isn't outside, but inside me. Change the way I see things, because sometimes I only notice what's missing, what hurts, what's broken. It's hard for me to see what's still standing, what you're holding, what you've done quietly. Make me a grateful person, not only when everything's good, but also when nothing seems to move. Give me a more patient heart. In this world, everything moves fast, and we end up wanting immediate answers, urgent solutions. But you, Lord, work in processes, and I want to learn to wait without bitterness, to trust without rushing, to believe even when I don't see clearly. Teach me to forgive even when I don't get apologies. To let go of what hurt me, not because it was fair, but because I need peace, because I can't keep carrying the weight of what others did. I want to live light, without resentment, without bitterness, without those thorns that steal today's joy. Touch my inner self and heal my reactions. There are days I wake up irritable, like everything annoys me. And I know that's not from you. Give me self-control, give me gentleness. That's not weakness, but controlled strength. That I can speak calmly, respond with love, act wisely even when provoked. Renew my faith, the faith that was once strong, but today feels weak, small, fragile. I don't want to keep believing out of habit. I want to believe again from the deepest place inside. I want to regain passion for you, for your word, for your presence. That my relationship with you isn't routine, but a fire that transforms me. If there's pride in me, break it. If there's hardness, soften my heart. If there's selfishness, make me generous. If there's fear, remind me that you're with me. I don't want to be the same person I was yesterday. I want to grow, mature, move forward. I want to look more like you, less like my wounds, less like my traumas, less like my mistakes. Do in me what I can't do alone. Change me from the inside, where no one else sees. Because many times I've tried to change on my own, but end up back where I started. I need your spirit working in me. I need your truth exposing my lies. I need your love reshaping all that's broken. I'm not looking for a perfect life. I'm looking for a new heart. Because if you transform me inside, I'll be able to face whatever comes on the outside. So do it, Lord. At your pace, in your way, but don't stop doing it. Don't leave me the same. Mold me, even if it hurts. And stay with me while you do. That's enough for me. Even if I don't see it now, I keep believing. Even if my heart is tired and my thoughts fight against hope, there's a truth that holds me. You're still God and I'm still yours. This is my faith, not because it's strong, but because you are faithful. Not because everything's fine, but because you're with me even when everything seems wrong. I believe you didn't leave me. Even though my soul sometimes doubts, even though my emotions confuse me, deep down I know you haven't gone anywhere. You've been there through every long night, every tear no one saw, every wordless prayer that came from the most broken parts of me. You didn't leave. You didn't hide. You were just working quietly. I believe your love doesn't change. It doesn't go out when I fail. It doesn't pull back when I walk away. Your love is stronger than my weakness, more constant than my falls, more faithful than my own faithfulness. You hold me even when I come dirty, even when I crawl back. You don't wait with accusations, but with tenderness. I believe I'm not alone. Even when no one understands what I feel, even on days I feel invisible, you see me. You know my story, even the parts I never said out loud. You know my inner battles, my contradictions, my urges to give up, and my little acts of faith no one cheers for. And still, you stay. I believe you're working, even if I don't understand the process. Because you don't need to show me the outcome for me to trust your plans. You already did it once. You already saved me when I had no way out. You already lifted me when I thought I couldn't make it. I don't have to doubt now. If you did it before, you can do it again. I believe you're enough. I don't need everything to fall into place to be okay. What I need is to remember you. Because if you're here, then there's purpose. If you're here, then there's direction. If you're here, then even pain can have meaning. And that's more than enough to keep going. So even if I don't have answers today, I have faith. Even if I don't feel like it, I have trust. Even if I'm not in control, I have your promise. And that's enough. This is my declaration. Even if I don't understand, I trust. Even if it hurts, I keep going. Even if I don't see, I believe. Even if I'm tired, I keep waiting. Even if I'm afraid, I won't let go of you. Because you are my refuge. You are my strength. You are my peace, and with you, I can keep going. God, this morning I come before you with an open soul and a vulnerable heart. I don't have fancy words or perfect prayers. I only have this honest moment, this need for you that's stronger than my tiredness, more real than my fear, more urgent than everything I have to do today. Thank you, Lord, for still being here. Thank you for not giving up on me, for still looking for me even when my mind wanders, even when my heart feels cold, even when I go days without talking to you like I should. Your love is steadier than my emotions. Your presence is more faithful than my discipline. You're not like me. And that, instead of pushing me away, brings me peace. Today, I give you everything I am, what I understand and what I don't, what's in order and what's still a mess, what brings me joy and what weighs me down. Take every part of me, Lord. Take me completely, no filters. Lead me back to your truth, the truth that doesn't change with time or adjust to my mistakes. Lead me to that place where only you can restore me. I need you, not as a nice thought or a religious habit. I need you like someone needs air to breathe, like someone lost at sea looking for shore, like someone who's tried everything and only found real meaning in you. Strengthen my spirit, Lord. There are battles that are leaving me weak. There are wounds still bleeding inside. There are questions that follow me day and night. But I'm not asking you to give me all the answers. I'm asking you to give me your peace, the kind that doesn't depend on explanations, the kind that I can feel even when everything outside stays the same. Lift up my faith, the faith that's tired of waiting, that sometimes stays silent for fear of hoping too much. Touch it, wake it up, make it alive again, because I need to believe not only that you can, but that you want to, that you're near, that you're working even when I can't see it. Heal my heart, clear my mind. Silence the voices that fill me with fear. Remind me that you've already won, that I'm not fighting alone, that heaven isn't far away, that you're here now with me. And finally, I praise you, Lord, because even if I don't have everything I want, I have the most important thing, your presence. Even if my plans have changed, you're still my purpose. Even if my path is uncertain, you're my direction. Thank you for being so good. Thank you for loving me, even when I didn't know how to love you. Thank you for giving me another day to come closer to you. I surrender to your will. I hold on to your promise. I rely on your grace. In Jesus' name, amen. May God's peace embrace every corner of your soul today. May you feel His presence, not just as a nice idea, but as that quiet strength that lifts you when you can't go on anymore. You're not alone. Even if no one says it, even if it seems like no one cares about what you're going through, heaven sees it. And God, who formed you with His own hands, hasn't stopped taking care of you for a single day. Let this day start not just with your tasks, but with the certainty that God goes ahead of you. May His steps set the rhythm for yours. May His voice calm you amid the noise. May His love remind you in every little thing that you haven't been forgotten. Some things might not change today, but you can come out of this prayer different. Lighter, more aware of who's walking with you, more willing to trust even without visible guarantees. Because faith isn't waiting to see, it's seeing differently, and you're learning to look with heaven's eyes. Keep believing, even with fear. Keep walking, even tired, because God honors those who don't give up. And you're closer than you think. Have a day full of light, even if there are clouds, full of direction, even if you don't understand everything. And above all, full of that presence that never fails, your Heavenly Father's. He goes with you, and that's more than enough.